think of another animal who reproduces and grows as quickly as tadpole shrimp do? Let me know in the comments. Tadpole shrimp can grow to be 11 centimeters. Now, myself, I tend to think of them as a desert animal, but I found out that's not always the case. So come with me as we learn a little bit more about these guys within the Natureverse 4.7. So, they are one of the oldest known animal species, and in some places like the UK, well, they're unique in that they are all self-fertile females. They are also hermaphrodites. A population can arise from just one hatched egg. To me, that's pretty incredible. But that's not the end of the story. They're unique in that the pools that they are born in don't stay around all summer. In fact, they dry up, and they only last a few weeks. Unfortunately, there's no way to know when those pools will be full of water again, which is okay, because tadpole shrimp have it figured out. They are amazingly adapted for such a life. Now, they have a lot to do in just a few weeks. The last eggs laid have to hatch, they have to reach adulthood, and then they have to lay eggs themselves. And all of this has to happen, remember, in just a few short weeks. Some of those eggs will hatch out. Some of those eggs will hatch, but others will enter a state called diapause. And diapause is basically a paused development, or a pause in development. So the water dries up, and so do the eggs. But those eggs, they're not dead. In this state, the eggs can last 27 years while they wait for their pools to be full again. Once the pools are full, the eggs will take 1 to 3 days to hatch. And then, in just a week or so, those larvae will reach adulthood. And then, within another week, they lay within a week of hatching, they will be ready, believe it or not. Once the pools are full again, they will take 1 to 3 days to hatch, and in just a week to 10 days, magic happens. The eggs are laid and are ready for the next generation. Within 10 days of the flood, the initial adults that were born are now ending their life cycle. But these guys are super tough, and those eggs can go through extreme temperatures, be submerged in salt water, even pass through the digestive system of an animal, and still hatch out just fine. Which is kind of crazy. Now you might be wondering, where can these animals be found? Well, they live in brackish water as well as freshwater pools, that is. They are omnivores, and they're going to be eating things like small invertebrates, aquatic plants, and even sediments. And these animals can be found in the UK, in the United States. Now, in the United States, they're going to be living in quite a few states. California, Oregon, Washington, Nevada, Utah, New Mexico, Texas, Wyoming, Montana, and even Hawaii. Now, it's important to note that in Hawaii, these guys are native. We think they probably made it dried up in the air on dust. Anyway, it's time for me to say, see you in the next one. Goodbye.